Cancer. Cancer. Okay. Oh, there we go. My goodness. Yeah, there we go. Oh my goodness. I'm getting too old for this. All right, here we go, everybody. Yeah. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Hello, everybody. I hope all of you are doing very well. Y'all must have been hearing me speak and probably seeing me and like, what in the world is she talking about and gabbing about, y'all? I'm telling you, sometimes this whole technology thing kind of really throws me off and is very, very annoying. So hang on, y'all. I'm not trying to pick my nose. I'm sorry, y'all. I wasn't picking my nose. I felt my nose stud was kind of about to fall off, so I had to tighten it. So anyway, so thank you everybody for being here. I do appreciate you all. A little bit of snafu as usual. What's new about it, right? With the technology, I don't know, it said they were duplicate streams and I'm like, how is that happening? Anyway, so welcome. Before I get any further, let me just preface this by saying this is for entertainment purposes only and allegedly these are my observations and my opinions. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence and form your own conclusions. I do not give any professional advice, be it financial, medical, emotional, mental, legal. I don't give advice to anybody, okay? These are just my observations and my opinions. So, having said all of that, I'm going to touch really quickly, really briefly about what's going on with the eclipse, right? Of course, everybody and their camera has posted videos probably about these eclipses and all, and everybody has their own opinions, and you know, each astrologer and tarot reader, psychic medium has their own way of viewing things. I'm not here to compare myself to anybody. I never do. There's enough space for all of us in this universe. Take it for what it is, and follow your own instincts and do you. One thing I will make very clear is I'm not going to accept and tolerate any bullcrap text messages and comments and nastiness. If I see that, I'm just going to block you, period, plain and simple. So having said that, Araceli, good to see you. Let me say hello to y'all. Monica Lynn, hello. Rachel Carter, hello. Randy Elm, hello. Susie Q, good to see. I'm glad you made it, Susie. I missed you too. Debbie B, hello. Then we have Delvin, hello Delvin. Sherry Turner, Araceli, I haven't seen you in a while, good to see you. Ari Markel, hello. Tammy Smith, Nan says hi from Florida, hi Nan. Kelly says hi. Somebody's name here is MP. Hi MP, good to see you. There are no hard feelings. That's the name of somebody's. Good to see you. Iona Pear, hello. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Kathleen Cheney, hello. So let's get on. Thank you, everybody. I really do appreciate you all the comments and everything that I receive on my videos. I do. Thank you so very much. So again, y'all, I'm not here to compare anybody, compare my readings, my card, whatever to anybody else's. Y'all take it from anywhere and everywhere and everybody, on none at all. So really quick, okay, before I delve into this, actually I was just talking to a friend of mine and I was saying, you know what, I think I'll do a video really quick, a recorded video for all the sun signs about how this eclipse is going to, and then post the video and then do this live. But I had some readings today and I had some other stuff going on and I just couldn't make that video. So I'm just going to do it now really quick, and then we'll get into the general energies about the eclipses and how it affects the universe as a whole, in my opinion, humble opinion. C says hola. So here we go. Thank you, Araceli, always thank you. I love this color. This is one of my favorite colors besides white. So let's do a really quick. Of course I threw it away. I knew it. Friend. All right, let's pull it out just as a quick recap, right? So we had a lunar eclipse in March. That was in Libra, am I right? And then we have this solar eclipse, which is now in Aries. on April 8th. Then we have a partial lunar eclipse on September 17th, and we have a solar eclipse on October 2nd in Libra. Okay, so 2 lunar eclipses and 2 solar eclipses. Having said that, this particular solar eclipse packs a punch. Now, before I get into anything even further, let me make sure solar is all about the self, the external, the physical, the body, you, that sort of a thing, the masculine. And lunar is mental, emotional. Solar is action, lunar is mental, emotion, how you react, etc. The feminine, that sort of a thing, right? So, and eclipses is to basically eclipse something that does not behoove you, something that isn't working for you. Get rid of it. To think of it as spring cleaning or summer cleaning or fall cleaning or whatever. It's just cleaning houses, starting afresh, cleaning the state and starting something new, right? Giving an opportunity to eliminate that which does not behoove you and start something fresh. That is what my understanding is of an eclipse: to completely eclipse, to remove, to shelve, to overshadow, to take away. That's what Scarling Wolf says hello. Carla Bergeron, hello everybody. So this solar eclipse is pretty intense, okay, and it is going to be a full eclipse, right? The sun is going to be completely eclipsed by the moon. I would say for about maybe 4 minutes 20 seconds to 4 minutes 30 seconds. So it's a fairly decent chunk of time, right? So keep that in mind. So for Aries, really quickly, this eclipse is in your first house. Let's take a look and see what the first house is all about, right? First house is your physical self, how you present yourself, some of the aspects. It's you, how do you perceive yourself? What is it about your physical life? What is it that's going to be physical self? What is it that's going to behoove you? What do you need to do to change as far as that is concerned? That sort of a thing. Then for Taurus, it's your 12th house. 12th house is all about karma, institutions, all that's behind the scenes, the long, it's like when things come full circle, and that's, the 12th house, the completion of certain things. For Gemini, it is the 11th house. 11th house is all about your groups, your friends, your like-minded people, that sort of a thing. Now, before I go any further, let me say, this is general. I'm just taking the sun signs. Now, it will make a difference in terms of if you take your individual horoscope and see, based on your time and date of birth, city and state of birth and country of birth. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. Woo! Excuse me, y'all. 1 second. There. I'm just going to turn on the fan a bit over there. So, if you take your individual horoscopes and check on that, there are degrees, right? Each house, there are different degrees, right? So we call them padas in Vedic astrology, but just know they are different degrees. So the effect and what is opposing it, what are the planets are in that house? Are there some planets that are mad at each other, some planets that are best of buddies? How does that affect the solar eclipse if it is in your, whichever house it falls on? That does make a difference, okay? So that's getting into the specifics of how this will affect you as an individual. This is just general. Keep that in mind. Monica, Monica Lynn, hello. So then Aries, it's in the first house, Taurus, 12th house, Gemini, 11th house. 11th house is all about like-minded people, groups and friends. Cancer, it's in your 10th house. 10th house is career, reputation, morals and life goals. Then Leo, it's in your 9th house. It talks about your intellect, your higher education, the way you think, philosophical things in life, that sort of stuff. The 9th house is also the house of luck. Keep that in mind. Then for Virgo, it is the 8th house. It talks about will, secrets, death, regeneration, long-term finances, that sort of stuff, longevity. And when we talk about the 12th house, it's also completion of a cycle. So it could also mean life cycle, right? Then Libra, 7th house, friends, marriage, partners, contracts, relationships. Scorpio, it's in the 6th house. It talks about work, health, discipline, and habits. Take care of your health, Sagittarius, your 5th house, talks about speculation, your kids, love affairs, some of the aspects of the 5th house. Capricorn, it's going to be in your 4th house. Emotions, home, your family rules, mother affairs at the end of life, that sort of a thing. Take care of your mother's health. If it's in the 9th house, take care of your father's health. Aquarius, 3rd house, communication, your immediate environment, short trips, etc. and Pisces is going to be in your second house, which talks about values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, that sort of a thing. Anybody who has any plans of doing anything like, buying a car, buying a house, trading in the stock market, gambling, taking a chance, be careful, okay? You should know where exactly which house this eclipse falls under. Sometimes it's you may think, oh, I'm taking a chance, I'm going to win. What is the worst thing that can happen? Something that is positive could end up being turn out to be a big boo-boo. So be careful. So for some people, I will say, watching when you're driving, don't just pay attention. You got to watch everybody else. You may be an excellent driver, but there are other people who share the road with you, and they are not necessarily the best of drivers. And you yourself, don't lose your focus. Stay focused. Stay on the alert. Traveling, so be careful about that. Long distance traveling. If you're wanting to sign contracts, be careful. I would say don't start anything brand new 2 days before, on the day of, and 2 days after the eclipse. Wait for a little bit. Wait for the eclipse to pass and let all the planets kind of take a big deep breath, and then you go forward. Don't make any decisions during this crucial period of time, is my opinion, okay? Then again, you do you. If, for example, somebody is like, oh, you know what, I'm going to have elective surgery, I wouldn't have any surgeries during any retrogrades or during any eclipses. I personally wouldn't, elective or otherwise. But if it is such a situation where an individual is already in the hospital or whatever, and it's like, look, you got to do this or else, that's like, a stinky situation you're going to end up in, then of course do it, right? So use your judgment. Again, y'all, this is for reference purposes only. This is not medical advice, financial advice, or advice of any kind, shape, or form. This is just what I see. So please take that into consideration. Now, yes, we can delve into this further, right? So depending on where the planets fall in your chart, for some people, yes, it could be a little bit of a sticky situation for the male father figure in your family, right? And for some, particularly if it falls in the 9th house, it affects the male father figure in your life, or the important male in your life. If it falls in the 4th house, I would say it affects the important main female figure in your life. So all these things do come into play, and these are important things, y'all. I mean, don't just kind of foo-foo it, because trust me, these energies do affect each and every one of us. Now let's set aside astrology and tarot and all the esoteric stuff, right? Let's even look at it from a scientific perspective. We all know that if we are all basically particles, and we are all molecules, and if you're all just ions and whatever, if you look at it from that perspective, then obviously anything that changes in terms of the planets, the energies from the universe, that sort of a thing, the magnetic forces, it will affect us. So even from a scientific perspective, yes, it will affect us. Now, something I do want to say, I just remembered, and I was going to catch myself. JR says, hello, JR. Somebody had posted a comment some time ago saying that, oh my God, I can't understand you. You speak too fast. I'm sorry, y'all. I speak English. If you can't understand, this is how I communicate with people. Keep up. I'm sorry if you can't. It is what it is. So I was going to say, this is a period of time when there's a high chance. Let's say, for example, somebody has Mercury retrograde, or whatever planet is, let's say Mercury retrograde. Which house does it fall in? And which house is this eclipse falling in your chart? Then there could be things from the past that are going to come back, okay? And it's going to come back for a final, let's say, for example, hey, let's sit and talk about it, like a final opportunity to make it right, and then it's gone, right? So there is no way to say exactly how it's going to affect you if I don't have your chart and your exact time and date of birth and place of birth. So take it for what it is. And then again, this is not about fear mongering or I'm sure there'll be comments, oh, she said all this because she wanted people to pay for a reading. Y'all go do readings anywhere else. Y'all don't have to come to me. It's totally okay with me. It's not like I'm doing this to kind of entice y'all and put y'all in a situation, I better get a personal tarot reading or astrology reading from here. Please, no. You can go anywhere else and do it. But it never hurts to know. So what I would say to let's say I were to meet a stranger and say, I don't know, what astrology is all about. How would you best describe astrology? Why should I have astrology in life? Why should I consider astrology? The best way to put it across is, it's just like it's like looking at the weather and saying, okay, I'm planning on going, let's say, from Texas to, I don't know, pick a spot, let's say the Dakotas, okay, just pick one. I'm planning on driving, and it's going to take 3 days of driving, right? So what is the weather going to be like in my path? What do I need to prepare for? Is it going to be crazy storm season? Is it wise on my path to go on that trip knowing very well there are going to be a lot of tornadoes and this and that going on, that sort of a thing. So it's just to give you a heads up, hey, these are the energies around you, so take a moment, don't make hasty decisions, think and plan, and you do have an opportunity and to kind of say, okay, let me go back to the drawing board and figure out, can I push it back by a couple of days? Should I hurry up? Maybe I should be aware that this particular junction on my road trip to the Dakotas is blocked for the next 6 days because the whole bridge has fallen down, that sort of a thing. That's how I would describe astrology. It's just to give you a look into the energies around you and how best you can prep yourself and prepare yourself and deal with it. Even things like mental health, all those things do come up. So, best prepare yourself, okay? That's all it is. So, okay, moving on. I understand, Monica, there are a lot of people who don't get what the like when you look at your birth chart, not everybody can decipher because there's so many different layers, and depending on who does your birth chart, whatever, I don't know how much information they put out there. And there's another thing called solar return chart, etc., year head chart. All those things do make a difference. So don't freak out if you don't understand it. It's a lot. Astrology is a lot. And then who did you get your chart done? Is it Vedic? Is it Western? Is it Siddral? Is it this? Is it that? What kind of astrology? Because remember, Vedic astrology, Kala, thank you so much, Kala. Vedic astrology is more leans more on the moon sign than the sun sign. So there are those subtle differences. So think about all those things. And I don't know, y'all. I mean, it's a rabbit hole. I'm reading Monica's comments. It is a rabbit hole. You have to have a lot of patience to delve into it. And there are some astrologers who don't take into consideration some of the outer lying planets, and some people say those are very important. So I don't know about that. So really quick, this is what I wanted to share with you as far as which house the eclipse is going to be. So now what I'm going to do really quick, okay, this is, and then I'm going to go into the general things. Let me hang on one second, okay. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Capricorn, Cancer, Libra, Virgo, Leo, Pisces. Hang on, everybody. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. This is going to be a long one, y'all, so be prepared. Where'd it go? I just saw Aries. There you go, Aries. I'll be right back. Oh. Hello. It was right here. Oh, don't hide from me, man. I need it right now, Do not hide from me. Let's see. Of course it's hiding from me. Bunny, what did Mama do with that deck, Bunny? Oh. Damn it. Oh, here. No, that's not even it. Okay, here. I do apologize, everybody. I have 2 of these decks, right? So I went to get the other one. I do apologize. So sorry about that. Obviously, shoulda, coulda, woulda. So I'm going to leave this here. So I'm going to do a quick energy reading for Aries and see what or where or how all this is going to turn out, the solar eclipse. We're going to run through this really quick because otherwise we'll be here forever. I'm not doing any personal readings. I'm not going to be answering any personal questions, okay? We have the water element. See, then again, keep in mind, y'all, you may be a fire sign, but you could have your moon sign in water or air or anything like that. Kim French. Hi, Kim. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We have the Devil card, okay? So really quick, we're going to go through this. So for Aries, what I'm going to say is be a little, so again, take this with a pinch of salt because I don't know what your moon sign is and your ascendant and all that. Learn to manage your emotions, learn to balance your emotions, and don't hold on to your emotions with such control. Like sometimes I do know Aries do have a struggle with expressing their emotions. They can be a little too hard-headed, a little too hot-headed. They could also be a little bit selfish. So either way, and you know, not sharing your emotions and not sharing your feelings is also selfish, right? In a relationship, if you don't share or express your feelings or emotions, how is your significant other, your family member going to understand what you're coming from? So keep that in mind. So don't have that much control. Don't hold on to your emotions. So you know, thing. And again, balance your emotions, right? Because keep in mind, people not only judge you by how you look, how you speak, how you conduct yourself, but also how you handle your emotions, how you share your emotions, right? We have the Empress. So I will say for you is think things through. Don't be hasty. Don't be spur of the moment. Don't be impulsive. So be careful of that, right? That's what I'm going to say for Aries. Next one is going to be, we did Aries, then let's see, this is very quick, y'all. We're going to do for Taurus, okay? This is for Taurus. We have Scorpionic energy, so let's take a look. So Taurus, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th house, 7th house. So Taurus, for you, this eclipse is going to be in your 12th house, right? And then you have the Magician for you over here, which is a Mercury energy. If you are in a situation where you are forced to revisit certain relationships or making a final break, for example, if you have been separated from a person or detached yourself from a particular person, or if there have been some sort of a karmic connection where due to some institutional legalities or such you were attached to somebody or something like that, this is an opportunity for you to absolutely break free because it is necessarily good for you. I don't know what your situation is. Now we also have Scorpio. Now remember, Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto, so there are going to be some very intense changes coming your way. And we see Mercury over here too, which is the Magician. So keep in mind that there will be some sort of a communication with an authority figure, and also quick. But whatever decision you make here, please be sure that to think things through. Don't be hasty. And Taurus, don't be stuck in the mud. Not stuck in the mud. Don't be so stubborn. Like, you know, you get on this total stubborn trip where you dig your heels in and say, no, I'm just not going to budge. So don't do that, okay? So we have the Ace of Swords. What did I say? You really need to have clarity of thought, clarity of mind as to how you're going to go about this situation. It is going to work out in your favor, but then you also have to be like this is your chance to kind of completely eliminate, completely cut off, completely stop, completely remove yourself from that, whatever that toxic, whatever situation is, relationship. It's like things coming full circle. It's like karma, you know. So if you did owe something to somebody and you didn't pay up, I don't mean financially, whatever, in whatever shape or form, it's coming around full circle. So this time it's like all about balancing the scales and eliminating things. Okay, so we did Scorpio. Who's the next one? I'm sorry, Taurus. We have Gemini. So here is Gemini, right? Woo, hello. We have the Moon card. So for Gemini, it's going to be in your 11th house. 11th house is about like-minded people, groups of friends, and that sort of thing. Even before I pull these cards, I'm going to say, be careful of whoever it is. Deception, right? The Devil card. Be careful of deception among your friend circle and people who you call your inner circle, or groups or friends or like-minded people who you socialize with. Be careful of deception over there, okay? And be careful of how you handle your relationships and your communication with these people. King of Wands. Don't go, what's the word? Don't go all like, you know, I heard something, they said something, and it's been bugging and pissing the snot out of me. I'm just going to confront them and like whatever. Don't do that. There is deception among your groups, your friend circle, that sort of a thing. So be a little careful as to how you conduct yourself and how you go about that. Okay. Okay. Wait. The Moon card. I'm sorry. I should go here. So after that we have Cancer. Cancer. Let's read for Cancer. Okay. So Ines, Feliciano, Karen, Capri, hello. Kim French, hello. Haters are always going to hate, right? Some people just take pleasure in that. So the Moon card again for Cancer is, and for Cancer, this is in your 10th house. 10th house talks about careers, reputation, morals, and life goals. Be careful about your career. There is an off chance that you may have a change in your career. There's an off chance that this card is coming up so much. Okay, this Devil card, and this is a Capricornian energy. Time to let go. Time to remember. So when you see the Devil card, you know, people, like it's, no, it's all about, you know, time to let go, break free of the bonds, break free of the chains, and move forward. For you Cancerians, this could have something to do with making emotional decisions and rash decisions as far as your career is concerned. Don't do that, okay? Because this is your 10th house. 10th house is career, reputation, morals, and life goals. Be very careful, because whatever decisions you make in terms of your career, people may begin to question. And there is a chance that some of you may actually decide to walk away from a particular opportunity and be very heartbroken and emotional about it. But hang in there, because in a way it's good, because it was not going to be work out for you. But hang in there, something else new is going to come. And also Cancerians, Cancerians are pretty good at playing emotional mind games, right? So manipulation, don't go down that part. Clarity of thought again for Cancerians. Have clarity of thought, and if you lose a situation, if you lose a business, if you lose an opportunity that is your livelihood, your whatever, don't fret about it. Be patient, things are going to turn around. But if you purposefully behave like a goofball and you get sacked, then that's on you. So be careful. Career, reputation, morals, and life goals, because people will begin to Cancerians, be careful, because this is a sensitive time, where you feel that everything is like coming on to you, like, you know, it's like this cloud is getting lower and lower and coming closer, and it's like just about 6 inches away from the top of my head, and oh my God, it can happen. People are going to start questioning your ethics. They're going to question your the true reason, your morals. Really, they will be questioning your character. So be careful. After Cancerian, it's Leo. For you Leos, it's in the 9th house. Leo, here we go. The eclipse is in the 9th house, right? Leos, yeah. 9th house does talk about father. It talks about long distance travel, intellect, thinking about philosophy, expansions, that sort of thing. It's also luck. Be careful when you travel. Neptune. Confusion, illusion, and dreams. Be very careful about making decisions in terms of your travels. Okay, if you're planning on relocating or traveling long distance or taking up a job that requires a lot of traveling. Hi Carolyn, be careful. 9 times Farmer, hello, good to see you. MP, hello. Lady Sapphire, hello. We have the Chariot, yes. Find balance. Travel is definitely in the cards for you. There will be sudden changes. There will be a sudden, like, oh, I was supposed to start traveling, I don't know, my businesses was going to have me start traveling east, but now it's changed, I'm going to the west, or there's some sudden change, or maybe I'm not going to be traveling at all. Watch out for all of that, and be a little bit flexible, because for you the 9th house, it does talk about higher education also. So if it means that you have to restrict your traveling a little bit just so that you can focus on getting some higher education, then revisit that. Hi Sherilyn, good to see you. J Dub, hi, good to see you. Welcome. And maybe you have decided to finally go forward. I'm not taking too many. Go in for some higher education, or maybe finally you had a couple of semesters and finally you're completing it, or you've decided not to do it now or shelve it or whatever. Ace of Cups. Why do I feel like this is going to be a little bit of an emotional time for you? But here's the thing, even if it's going to be a changing of tracks, it's still going to be a really good offer for you. You're going to have a great offer, Leos. That's for Leo. Okay, then we got so many more to go. Virgo, here we go. Okay, Virgo, I'm trying to go through this so that we can do the general thing. All right, y'all. All right, Virgo, here you go. You have Mercury. Do we have Mercury retrograde now, I think, if I'm not mistaken? Do we or not? I don't know. I don't have my chart up front in front of me. So Virgo, for you, it's the 8th house. 8th house is about will, secrets, regeneration, finances. It talks about completions, but not karmic completions like the 12th house. Not like that. Talks about completions. Scowling Wolf, hello. Things are going to change. Oh, we have 2 cards. I'm going to take it. You have the Judgment and then the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to change on a dime really, really fast for you. Really fast for you. You're going to hear some information. You're going to come to know some information that is very, very crucial and important for you. And I also say, if something has been hidden for a while from you, don't be surprised if it comes to light. Or if you are hiding something from somebody, there's a chance that it is, wait, am I holding it this way? It's going to come to light, or people are going to find out something about you that they didn't know. But I will say also, in terms of communication, it's going to be quick. It's going to be, just making sure I'm holding the cards right. It's going to be quick. It's going to be announced. It's going to be brought to the attention of, and that's going to set in motion certain things that are going to continue to move forward for you. One thing, hang on, Knight of Pentacles. So, okay, Knight of Pentacles. So, it's going to be a little long lasting, whatever this change, whatever is this eclipse is going to, whatever change the eclipse causes in your life, it's going to be long lasting. You may not see the change overnight, like, turn off the light. It's going to happen gradually, and you're actually going to be a little deceived. You're like, that's all bah humbug, it's not going to happen. I was worried about it, but it's not. But yes, it will. So it's almost like going to catch you a little off guard, y'all. So eclipses, there's another thing I want to say about eclipses, everybody. It's not like, what's the word? It's not like, just a couple of days here and there, this drastic energy and it's gone. Eclipses do have an effect of sometimes 3 months, sometimes 6 months before and after. So it depends, again, like what your chart says. So for Libra, it's the 7th house, and 7th house talks about friends, marriage, partners, contracts, relationships. Now, when I talk about marriage, contracts, and relationships, marriage doesn't necessarily mean actual marriage, wedding, right? It could, coming together of two individuals, two entities, business partnerships, marriage of, associating yourself formally with a particular, let's say you are going to be taking up a dealership for a company or a distributorship, or partnering with somebody to start a new enterprise. So that's also a marriage, right? You're bound by contract. All those things come into play over here. 7th house for Librans. You have Pisces, which is the Librans, where are you? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, interesting. Libra, you're going to have an interesting time, because I think we have another eclipse, I think, in Libra, right? In September, if I'm not mistaken. No, I'm sorry, in solar eclipse in October, right? Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of an impactful change for you. There we go, Judgment. So Libra, it's in the 7th house. Anybody struggling with breaking off a relationship, ending a marriage, filing divorce, finally, it's been going on and on and on forever and a day. It's like, finally, between now and October, for Librans, between now and the October eclipse that we are going to have, we are going to see some pretty major changes. Now, Judgment is also all about sweeping changes, the Judgment card. It's like, it's a Pluto card, so it talks about changes that are just going to go whoosh, just like everything, just like wiping everything off the table. That's how I see it. And keep in mind, Pisces is ruled by by Neptune and Jupiter. Again, heavy hitters. Neptune, what is Neptune? Neptune talks about confusion, illusion, and dreams, and Jupiter is all about expansion. So these sweeping changes, whatever confusion, illusions you've been having, it's all going to be changed, like really like drastic changes. So again, this is general. I don't know what your personal astrology says, so keep that in mind. Susan Singh saying, hi Susan. And then we have the Lovers card. And you know what? I'm holding my cards right. No, y'all. I apologize. Some cards are actually... Well, I'm going to take it. It's the Lovers card in the reverse. Okay? Because I thought I was holding the cards, a whole pack upside down, but it's not. Some of them are upside down. Lovers card in the reverse. So I do believe certain partnerships are going to come to an end for you guys. Okay? So... sorry. Or maybe not sorry, not sorry. Maybe it's a good thing. Now let's look at Scorpio. Right? I'm going to sneeze again, y'all. Whew. Oh, excuse me. So for Scorpio, for Scorpio, the eclipse is going to be in your 6th house. 6th house talks about work, health, discipline, and habits. Stay focused. Be a little disciplined. You have Neptune, changes coming there. For Scorpio, if you've been living in La La Land with your head buried in the sand and thinking like, woe be me, it's everybody else's fault, but normally take a step back and think about, what the common denominator is. So anything that is habitual for you that is not necessarily good, even for example, dating the same kind of person or falling for the same scam, you know, it's habitual. So take a step back and think about why is that happening. And then you have two is the high priestess. It's a moon card. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, okay? And be very, very, very clear about who you trust, and take care of your health, which is very important. I'm going to say be very careful when you're driving, when you're on the road, and when you're traveling. And if you feel that you have to make a decision and somebody's putting pressure on you to make a decision, don't rush. You got to be patient. Don't rush. And if you feel, oh my God, I have to make a decision now or else I lose it, you know what? If that's the case, then it's not for you and you're better off without it. So don't let anybody pressure you into making a decision. If somebody says, look, man, you know, here's an opportunity. I have to, you know, give it to the bank. You need to sign, or, you know, I have to put a bid on this house or bid on this project. You have to sign. We don't have time. And no. Take your time. Don't let anybody force you into doing anything, because this has got to do with your work, your health, your you know, it's going to affect your life for a long time. So they will package it in such a way to present it to you such that you'll be like, I'm not going to say Scorpions are very gullible. They're not, but then again, any one of us can be gullible. But don't take it at face value. Knight of Wands. And this is, again, a call to take action right away. Take action right away. I would say don't. Again, travel. Be careful when you're traveling, okay? Take your time. Don't rush. Oh my God, I have to hurry. I'm going to miss the aircraft. I'm going to miss this. No. Take your time. Take your time. So please be careful, okay? Then we have Sagittarian, okay? I don't know what the cards have in store. Let's see. Cancerians, y'all, I will tell you that people are going to be questioning their character. People are going to start, like, I'll get to it, because I'll get to it. You have the Sun card. Ooh. And for Sagittarius, it's in your 5th house, and 5th house talks about love, speculation, kids, you know, any sort of an affair, that sort of a thing. This has got to do with your kids. If you have anything going on with your kids, you're probably going to get some good news about them, or, you know, hang on. You have the Tower card. Good news about the kids. Things changing suddenly. Oh, shoot. So your child calls up and says, guess what? I'm moving. I'm either going from this country to that country, or maybe your child was living in Alaska and suddenly your child decided, guess what? Mom, dad, or whatever, I'm moving to Hawaii, and you live in Hawaii, or some quick changes with regards to an offspring is very, very likely. This is 5th house. Speculation. Do not speculate on the stock market. Do not speculate on anything. Don't be in a rush to, oh, the property prices are dropping. Oh, you know, there are 10 bids for this house, and you know, they didn't accept the bid, so put in your bid. Or, you know, people playing games like that, saying that, oh, you know what, put in your bid, there's nobody else bidding for the house. How do you know? How do you know nobody else is bidding for the house and you're the only one bidding? Then you put in your best offer, and then literally within 5-6 hours, the realtor will send you an email or call you and say, oh, sorry, they said, you know what, they're going with the other offer. Bull crap. They're probably just testing to see how much you're willing to pay. And based on that, then they will kind of set the price for the house. You don't have any proof whether somebody else has genuinely put an offer for that house or not. And then they'll come back to you and they'll say, oh, by the way, 3 days later, you know what, it's back on the market. That didn't go through because of the buyers, some issue. Do you put in your offer? You know, I'll, you know, all those games. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. And don't speculate on the stock market. Don't speculate on get rich quick schemes. Don't do that. Don't do that. And there are going to be some sudden changes with regards to a child. Okay, just because you see the Tower card, don't think, oh my God, it's bad. No, maybe the child is in a relationship and you come to find out that the relationship has gone defunct, and maybe it's better it did. Maybe that other person was not necessarily the right match. Or the worst case scenario, the way I see it, is what if your child had decided to go to medical school and all of a sudden the child picks up and says, you know what, I'm really not interested in medical school. I want to do, I don't know, I want to study marine biology. It could be things like that. So some kind of change with regards to the kids, but do not speculate as far as your finances and gambling and debts and taking a chance on investing, like get rich quick kind of stuff. Two of Cups. So again, I'm going to say, don't speculate on your relationship as well, whether it's a platonic or non-platonic relationship. Let's take, for example, a platonic relationship, right? If you have been speculating and say, you know what, I need this person to help me in this endeavor, just take it for granted. Don't be surprised if that person backs out in the last minute, and you'll be really surprised. Or on the other hand, if you have been speculating about a particular relationship, maybe now it's going to come into fruition and say, you know what, end of just dicking around, and it's like, shit or get off the pot type of a situation, right? So you may call the bluff, or that individual may call your bluff. So that's a possibility as well. If I continue, I'll be here all day. Okay, let's go to Capricorn. I'm missing the comments. Rain, hi Rain. So we go to Capricorn. For Capricorn, it's in your 4th house. 4th house is what? 4th house is emotions, home, family roots, mother, affairs at the end of life, yada yada, all that stuff. So let's see. I know the pollen is crazy, isn't it? You have Saturn. This is a bit of a heavy hitter for you all, you guys. And another thing I want to say, everybody, please don't oh my God, be so worried that the worst is going to happen. The worst is eclipse, the solar eclipse. It's really, really horrible time. I know it's going to be bad. I know. Don't have that negative thing. Please don't. The Lover's card. Okay, so Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and we have Saturn. Okay, there's a possibility some of you may have going through the phases of Saturn even, and for you it's in the 4th house, mother, emotions, home, family roots, that sort of a thing. So let's see. If any of you Capricorns are dealing with a situation with twins or siblings, I would say mostly twins, is Auntie. Oh my God. Auntie says, I'm defending my PhD next week. I hope the world doesn't fall apart. That's so cool. And I haven't seen you in forever. So good to see you here. I hope you're doing very well. I haven't seen you in forever. Really, it's such a pleasure to see, the real family is still here. It's so cool. Tessie Cooper says, oh, Tessie, you are too kind. Thank you. Capricorn, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, it has something to do with inheritance, the mother, some sort of a property type of a situation. There is a high chance it could be a little bit of a legal hustle and tussle with a sibling, be it a twin or maybe the mother's twin or the mother's sibling, some kind of a situation like that. And it has a lot to do with some sort of an asset. So maybe even the mother is kind of talking about leaving a will, and if you yourself are a mother, then how are you going to do all of those things if you have kids and that sort of a stuff. It's a bit of a restrictive time for you. And see, Saturn is not all bad. Saturn is here to really teach us lessons, and we can piss him off, if we want to, and then he'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to really show you what I'm truly capable of. So, and then again, don't kiss ass, because Saturn doesn't appreciate that either, right? So he's like, oh my God, you're brown nosing now, I'll show you, that type of a thing. So whenever we have these restrictive, strong energies around us, and we don't really pay attention to, we're not conscious about it. We read it and we say, yeah, we throw it on the back burner and forget about it, me included. And then, on those days when you're feeling really terrible and you feel like everything is going on, then you say, oh yeah, gosh, okay. So, we all go through this. We're human beings, right? So how you handle yourself during this time, don't throw caution to the wind and say, oh, the universe is going to take care of me, I'm going to be fine. I wish it was that easy and I could just have a conversation with the universe and say, hey, you owe me, give it to me, right? The universe also wants you to be proactive. So that's the key thing, right? You got to be proactive, don't be reactive. So how you handle this situation is also at your discretion. Some of you may be moving homes, and here I will tell you, 4,000, even if it has got to do with home, if you all are thinking of, and we have the Queen of Pentacles here also, if you're thinking of wanting to remortgage, refinance your house, don't do it at this time. Wait for a little bit, don't do it now, okay? Or putting your home on the market, don't do it right now. Just your home, don't do it right now. Be careful of who you allow to come. If you have some sort of dingleberry who says, oh, I'm going through some tough times, I need a place to stay for just a couple of months, and yada yada, don't fall for all that. Be very careful, safeguard your home, your family, that sort of thing, and your physical home as well, and with your emotions as well. Please be a little bit careful if you feel that you're having some dark thoughts. It's the weirdest thing, and I will share this with y'all. For some bizarre reason, there was a phase of time in my life when no matter how nice the situation, when I'm idle and doing a bunch of nothing, that whole situation would play in my mind with a negative outcome. I don't know how else to explain it. A sad outcome, a negative outcome. And I would actually be physically crying because I was so shaken up. And it went on for a while, and I was like, okay, this is crazy. I'm not depressed. I'm not mental. I haven't lost my marbles. So what the hell is going on? It was just a very weird phase I went through. And no, I was not suicidal or anything like that. It was just so bizarre. And then I realized this is something that a part of me is, how shall I say, I'm doing it to myself, right? But the question is why? That's because we don't give ourselves permission to be happy. We don't give ourselves permission to actually enjoy what is truly possible. We're so afraid. We're so conditioned to believing that nothing good can come to us, nothing good can happen to us. We condition ourselves like that it's very hard for us to comprehend and believe and understand that something good can happen to us. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm explaining myself right. And I had to snap out of that. And I was like, to heck with that, So anyway, on a side note. Okay. Sakura Northwest. Hi, how are you? Welcome. Truth is in the rabbit hole. I love that handle, the username. Okay, Aquarius. For you, it's in the third house. What is third house? Communication, environment, short trips. Be careful when you go on short trips. They could be quite impactful, and even for Scorpios, it could be pretty impactful for y'all. And who else? Ninth house. Leos, you could have long distance travels, could be impactful for y'all too. So we have Capricorn. Okay, for Aquarius, Capricorn is your 12th house. So for Aquarius, this eclipse is going to be in your third house of communication, environment. Be careful how you conduct yourself with your immediate environment, be it your neighbors, etc. Judgment. Yeah, you're going to have a bit of a situation, be it with your neighbors, be it with your immediate people in your immediate neighborhood. Little bit of a tenuous situation. You have the Five of Pentacles. If you all are stuck in a situation where it's kind of a legal issue with your immediate neighbors and that sort of a thing, it's not necessarily going to behave you very well. It's going to cost you some money. If some of you Capricorns, this is not for all of you, if some of you Capricorns had filed a lawsuit against your neighbor for encroaching on your property, or homeowners association type of bullcrap that goes on, or you filed something on the neighbor, it's going to cost you some money. Will it be resolved? Yes, it will be resolved, but it's going to cost you some money. But then again, in terms of how you communicate, what you could say, how you say, to who you say, how much are you saying, How much information are you giving up? Be very careful about all those things. Sometimes saying too much is also bad. And also short trips. Be careful on your short trips, okay? Vehicles breaking down, costing you money, things being cancelled, having to rebook, that sort of a thing. Okay, this went there, this went there, this went here. Oh my God, excuse me. Then we have Pisces. Pisces, it is in your second house. Second house is about your values, your talents, your possessions, your ability to earn income, job, earning capacity. 2 cards popped up. We have Virgo and Cancer, and I'm going to take it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, 5th and 7th house. 5th and 7th house. If you are looking at getting into a partnership with your friends, or getting into a partnership with signing a contract with the company, it's kind of a marriage, or starting a new business with a friend, be careful about those things. Look at the fine print, read the fine print, make sure you do your due diligence. Don't just speculate and take somebody's word from you. So when you're talking to somebody that's been a good story, but make sure that you get it in writing. This is going to affect your ability to earn, and it's also going to there's a high chance your talent, your what's the word, your intangibles, your intellectual talent could be stolen or misused, and you not get appropriately paid for it. And you have the 5 of Wands, and behind that you have the 9 of Swords. You be very careful, because you are going to end up in a situation with the Magician, which is a Mercury card. They're very glib in the way they talk. Be very careful. You are going to get into a 5 of Wands situation where there's going to be a lot of fighting, defending, arguments, and then you have the 9 of Swords, and you will be, if you do not do your due diligence, okay, in this particular situation, which is your second house, values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, don't sign as a co-guarantor for anything. Don't put up your assets as mortgage or as security. Don't start a business with somebody at the moment. They'll sing you a good song, but be very careful. You will be tied into that situation for a long time. You will not be able to get out of it. So be careful. That was for Pisces. Now we are done with all of that. So let's see, where did the box go? I don't know where the box went, so forget about the box. We'll just leave it right here. There, this bad boy can sit right here. I wanted to show y'all, just on a side note, Mark got me this. I think it was for my birthday or something. Yeah, the sticker is still here. My birthday or something. It is so cool, and I loved it because I thought I can keep my card there when I do readings and all that. And it's an origami tabletop, whatever that is. So anyway, I'm just going to use it here just for this. All right. Actually, I did find the box. Let me take a quick break, y'all. Just put away, organize a little bit. Look at your comments. Monica Lynn says, that's me. Okay, there's a conversation going on, obviously. Yeah, it's very pretty. I really like it. Do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes, type of situation. So I love it, right? All right, so let's do that. All right. So now for this part of it, yeah, it is very unique. It's pretty cool. Then they got me another thing which is really, really cool. I'll show it to you all just because, a little bit of a break. I haven't yet decided what I want to do with it. Look at this, y'all. It's a cute little thing, right? I mean, yeah, it's Halloween-y and, that sort of a thing. and it's so cool. And it's got this thing, and you can actually get the head off of it. I still haven't taken off the paper. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Oh, I mean, this plastic thing is there to keep this lid from falling off and breaking, so I still haven't decided what I want to use it for, but it's a neat piece. Maybe take it out during Halloween's and have it as a decoration or whatever. So let me put this away really quick. I suppose that is there to keep it from breaking, which is a good idea. There we go. Really cool, right? And it's got some weight to it, which is what I really like. Hello. There we go. All right, everybody. So, Kala. Okay. Yeah, maybe a cookie jar that will freak everybody out, right? So, all right. So, another thing I want to say is I'm going to go into a little bit of what's the word? So in Hinduism, in Vedic astrology, I can speak for that. I know the Native Americans also have certain similar beliefs. I know Buddhists also have certain similar beliefs. A lot of people may think about it as, oh, I have to name him. Yeah, I don't know what to call him. I haven't thought about it, but maybe I will. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. But whenever there is an eclipse, there's particularly a solar eclipse, there are certain things that people follow. And in India, one is, they don't go out during the eclipse time, they don't eat any food, they don't cook, they don't start anything new, they don't leave food lying around. If there's any food lying around during the eclipse time, that food is not consumed, it's actually thrown away. Then the whole house is clean, swept, mopped, cleaned, then prayers, you take a shower, you bathe, you have some prayers, everything. And after the eclipse is over, then you consume food. And long story short, the premise is that, you don't want the negative energies to be absorbed into your food, and you consume the food, and that is going to affect you. And so that's one thing. The second thing is they also say not to, okay, this is TMI maybe, the belief is not to have, what's the word? Not to have sex with the intention of wanting to have a child. So if you're going to be having sex at that time with the primary, what the hell? Don't have sex with the intention that, okay, I'm going to have a child. I want to have a child, so let's do it now because, oh, the time is right or the date is right. No. They don't. Because more often than not, it is said that the child is going to have some serious defects. Physical, mental health defects. And also it's going to, if the child is okay, then is born okay, then the father, the biological father, is going to have something negative happen to him. This is what is said. Okay, now and people follow that. Okay, the hardcore people follow that. I mean, if you want to go romp around in bed and have sex for the heck of it, I mean, hey, who am I to stop you from doing anything, right? But I'm just saying, sharing some information. Okay, again, I'm not here to give you advice. And also in terms of consuming food, they talk about the negative energies that the food absorbs, anything, right? The food, even a glass of water, it absorbs energy, right? Don't consume it because that's going to affect you, right? You're taking in something negative. Knowingly, why do you want to? Any food that is left out on the countertops or whatever it is, it's not consumed, it's all thrown away. So either you cook in the morning, you finish eating and you close everything and you're done in the kitchen and you don't eat or drink anything until the eclipse is completely over, or make sure everything is put away. Don't leave anything hanging around. So that's something they follow. And also buying a car, taking delivery of a car, taking delivery of a home or some big asset, like you're buying something new, or taking, or even a used vehicle, whatever it may be, going and actually taking delivery of it on that particular day. Don't do that, because you're starting something new on a time when the energy is at its worst. So don't. Why? You always want to start something when the energy is at its highest, best and positive energy. So that's usually what they say. And also in terms of going out and looking at the sun with your bare naked eyes, we know that it absolutely, scientifically, medically, modern medicine, we know it's going to affect your eyes. But even in terms of kids running around and playing, we never used to be allowed to go around playing on the streets during eclipse time and all that stuff. Schools were off, we sat at home, and God forbid any of us were even caught of going outside. We would get a good little swat on the behind or on the head, right? No, you can't be running around and playing and bicycling. But of course, the Western world, people think that's all old wives' tales or whatever. To each his or her own beliefs. Me growing up, I still remember we were not allowed to play outside and all during the eclipse. Like, we just went. So there are some things that I don't know, the modern world, where the people think it's just bah humbug, but those days you take, Hinduism, Buddhism, the Native Americans, they knew what they were talking about, right? So I would put more stock in those beliefs, even though people may think, oh, Kirtana, you're being a little old-fashioned. Well, so be it, whatever. So we're actually have an event that we're going to post-eclipse dinner party, and I said I'm not going to be going anywhere until after 6:30. So I believe in it. I follow that. Okay. Now, is it possible every one of us, I'm not going to be sitting and mopping the house and cleaning the house, and I'm not going to do it on that day after the eclipse. I'll probably do it on on Tuesday, right? So what I'm going to do is basically salt water, or holy water or whatever, just sprinkle it all around the house. Some sort of a consolation. It's some attempt at cleansing the energy. So, okay, moving on. So schools are closed here in New Orleans. Yeah, we had to stay inside with the shades drawn. Yeah, absolutely. And also, but hey, how are you? I think some schools are closed even here, right, where I'm at. This solar eclipse definitely is pretty intense. So now I'm going to do a quick reading, although I did do a reading that day about, the bridge to nowhere. I don't know how many of you all watched that. There was this, it was pretty intense. I had to be careful. Hang on, y'all. Let me fix these cards, because some of them did go on the reverse. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set them straight, and then I will cut them. Okay, shuffle and cut, and then while shuffling I will make sure half of the deck is in the reverse. Okay, you don't have to do it, but I'll do it just for the, sometimes I follow that, sometimes I don't. Sorry, y'all, bear with me. Okay, let's do this. Go watch that video, y'all. I think it was it a video or a live? I don't know what it was. Go watch it. It's the bridge to nowhere. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I do believe that we should be we should expect some pretty substantial news. I don't think that this whole situation that's going on in the Middle East is going to be squished down or silenced, or the end of it. In fact, it's just getting more intense. I truly believe that. Pay attention to the kings of the East. I truly believe that. Now keep in mind, America is a Cancer, right? Our date of birth, the date of birth for this country is that was not an accident. Absolutely not an accident, in my opinion. My Max Hunter says there's a X comet flyby to what? Oh, I don't know what she means by something else she's written over there. Sometimes somebody has to explain what my Manx has written over there. I think it was, I don't know, was it a live or was it a video? I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry, I don't know if it was a live or not. Sorry, I don't remember. So let's take a look. So America, if you take July 4th as America's birthday, when we got our independence, right? Yeah, there were 3 bridges in total. The bridge in Baltimore, and there are 2 other bridges that went down. New York earthquake was 4.8 on April 8th. Wait, was it 4.8? And it reflects. I got it. I don't know about that Exodus or whatever, but it was 4.8. And I also know that there was another pretty substantial earthquake that happened in Taiwan a couple of days, maybe about in the past week, and nobody's talking about that. Yes, Ohio and somewhere else in the south. And now there's this drama about which is Ukraine was one country, and there's another country, oh my god, I forget the name of the other country, that's also in the same situation as Ukraine. Okay, so if America is a Cancerian, right, Cancer in the sun sign thing, because the date of birth would be birth date would be considered 4th. So this eclipse is in the 10th house. So 10th house does talk about career, reputation, morals, and goals. So let's talk about the reputation of this country. As we all know, it has clearly spiraled down because, yes, eclipse is a 4.8, yes. So think about that, right? Hang on one second. Let's do this. Oh, I said I was going to. So what I'm going to do is I shuffled it. I'm going to take half the cards, make them reverse, and shuffle again. Right? Then I'm going to take half the deck, reverse, and shuffle again. Then I'm going to take half the deck, approximately reverse, and shuffle again. I don't know. Was it in Louisiana or Ohio? There are 2 other bridges. One, I think a barge hit the bridge, and the other one caught on fire or something. So, okay, America, the eclipse. We have Neptune. Fire. I think I got the same cards when I did that bridge to nowhere. And we have Gemini. I'm going to take one more. Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Neptune. Gemini is Mercury. I'm going to take one more. And we have the Sun card. Pretty interesting. Think about it. Neptune. What is Neptune? Confusion, illusions, right? Fire. As we all know, it's a very active, confrontational energy. And what does fire do? Cleans everything in its path, right? What is the sun? It's a fire energy. What is an eclipse? It cleans the slate. Then you have Gemini. What is Gemini? Ruled by Mercury. And what does Mercury do? Mercury is very deceptive. It is very quick to change tactics, to change its, I wanted to say modality, but not really. That's not the right word to do. Changes its course really fast. Now, Gemini is Cancer's 12th house. What is the 12th house? It's all about the hidden supports and institutions, things that are hidden, things that have been going on behind the scenes for a long time, karmic things, repercussions for actions that were taken a while ago, things coming full circle. Okay, now when we talk about, it does talk about hidden supports as well. So what has been going on, who is the one, what's going on behind the scenes, all that is going to be brought to the forefront. Now we talk about the 12th house. 12th house also talks about finalities, right? So 8th house, it's again long term, but 8th house is not a finality, it's just long term. But this is like final, right? Really everything coming full circle, right? The finality of it, karmic. Then we have Aquarius. Now Aquarius is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house from Cancer. And what is the 8th house? 8th house talks about secrets, it talks about finances, it talks about things, regeneration, secrets. Okay, and then we have the Sun card. Very clearly it's all about the self, the primary, the individual, that's which is forefront. Sun also typically means child. Okay, whatever. So in this case, if we really want to push the envelope, we can say, who is a country that America is really supporting and really being big brother, big daddy too. But in this case, I'm going to read it as the eclipse. So this eclipse is going to be quite intense for the country in one way, shape or form. I do believe that the eclipse energies are, if this roller coaster if this trajectory, no, right words, pick up the right words, girl. If whatever has been started, okay, think about it. Whatever has to happen, whatever is going to happen, it has already started. The momentum is picking up. So 3 months ago, let's say the end of last year and the beginning of this year, it has already started. It's going to pick up, and the effects of it are going to last until October, the final solar eclipse. There is going to be a question of authority. Whoever is sitting in the Oval Office is going to be questioned. There is also a high chance of a coalition type of a government. Okay, there is also a high chance of last minute quick changes to the governance, and all this is happening behind the scenes. I will tell you, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. Now Uranus is again a heavy hitter, right? Sudden shocks and changes, and Saturn, those sudden shocks and changes is going to limit the power and the face of power and the face of America in the world, on the world stage. I do believe this is going to be a bit of a situation. We've all been sitting here smoking weed, thinking, oh la la la, it's it's still the greatest country in the world, it's still the strongest and bestest country in the world. All right, okay, I hear you. I want to believe it. I really wish it were true, but show me. Prove it to me. Just look at our debt. Look at our relationship with other countries in the world. And also keep in mind, your Aquarius has to do with internet, cyber, that sort of a thing. So if anything, I do believe there's going to be hang on. Oh, all these cards fell down. I will take them. This is for entertainment purposes only. These are my observations and my opinions, and these are allegedly. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusions. If there is anything that's going to, Aquarius is an air energy, airwaves, if there's anything that's going to happen, it's going to be through that format, the cyber, the air, and that sort of a thing, okay? Oh, Araceli, I didn't know that. Interesting. Yes, how much the US and UK are getting involved. I think I mentioned that in the Carolyn Dorsey. Yeah, I mentioned that in the Bridge to Nowhere. As much as, I think I mentioned it when I was talking to one of my friends, as much as the involvement of Europe, I think Britain is going to be in the forefront. Anyway, so we have Temperance, okay, then we have the Moon card, then we have the World card, and then we have the Force card. I will say, y'all, as much as we'd like to believe, I think our position on the world stage is not as is believed. there's a big attempt made to find balance, but with the moon card showing up, it's very, very difficult. It's going to be very difficult for the American government to hang on to the illusion and hang on to the smoke up your ass type of story they've been sending us citizens. Okay, so it's very difficult for them to maintain that storyline for a long time. Then we have the World card again, okay, which is Saturn, and this does talk about completions. It talks about rebirth. It talks about things coming full circle, rewards if you put in the hard work, success through hard work and effort being put in. And then you have 11. Now the 11 is justice, and it is also, you know, depending on which deck you use, and here it is symbolic of strength and justice, right? So who rules the strength card? The strength card is a Leo card, and the sun rules Leo. So I will say strong-armed, somebody is going to be literally twisting our elbow, the elbow of America. Do you get what I'm saying? Somebody is going to be like literally holding America's elbow behind the back until you call uncle and say, okay, fine, I'll do it. So we are going to be put in a bit of a situation where, you know, it's our own stupidity that got us into this situation. When I say our stupidity, you know, the people who we voted for. So let's take responsibility for putting those doofuses in the office that they are in, okay? So we allowed them to do this, and we are going to be screaming uncle, but it's too late. There's no way we can get out of it. This is the monster we created. We have to take responsibility for this, and America is going to be held accountable one way or the other. Politically, borders, security, economically, we will be affected. Y'all be careful about how much personal information y'all are sharing on here, okay? Just because people are leaving comments seem to be our real family members. There are probably others watching who are not real family members and they are not leaving comments. So, you know, just be careful, okay? Thank you, Susie. That was not a good shuffle, y'all. But we will trudge on. Secrets. Great need to run away from the problems. Too late for that. Viewpoints. Control. Puppets. Can you all see that even? We have to protect our waterways. Loyalty issues, promises, loyalty. It's like, yeah, promises. Guess what? I'm not buying your BS anymore. It's like, nah, time to deliver, America. Communication, confidence. Well, okay, you are trying to communicate and you are trying to portray the image of communicating with confidence, but the problem is it's empty shells. As I talk about communication, I'm having issues with my throat. It's like people are not buying it. It's like you're talking, whatever you're pitching, let's say our international political, whatever they do, America is empty promises, and I'm just giving you something that's worthless. Literally giving you a skull. Either way, it's going to be a death penalty. Meaning, in other words, either way, this is going to cause chaos. This is going to cause trauma, destruction. So people are not buying into that, or at least the other players. America's relationship with the kings of the East is very, very, very iffy at the moment. Very iffy. And I don't understand. Hang on, everybody. Oh, come on, man. Okay. People are not buying it. Relationship is very, very vulnerable. America has to really, oh God, y'all, how many of us women, okay, this is TMI, if any of us wear, okay, TMI, all right, if any of us wear push-up bras, you know the struggle with it, right? So, TMI, y'all, this is not only about tarot, it's about push-up bras, take that. The waterways, either I know y'all, I'm sorry, I had to kind of tiger squirrel. The waterways, are ocean, our control around the international waters is very much in the forefront. And the thing is, whatever they are telling us, the public, we don't know the half of it. And I don't care whether you're CNN or NBC or CBC or take that back. Let me preface that by saying I'm not calling out any of those specific news channels. What I was trying to say, it doesn't matter. You know how a lot of people say a particular news channel leans more Republican, a particular news channel leans more Democrat? That's what I was trying to say. Regardless of who you are supporting, if you do as a news agency, in my opinion, you should be 100% neutral, but we know that's not a fact. Whatever they are feeding us is not everything that is really going on. And they have been specifically told that there is some information that they should not be putting out or broadcasting. I hate to say this, but I don't have much faith in any of the mainstream media anymore, really, because they are also under the control of the authorities. And keep in mind, if they don't, then it's going to affect their bottom line. So it's all about money for them. So they're going to suck it up, buttercup, and do what they're told. Just my humble opinion. There is going to be a bit of a heralding a regret. So there is going to be something that's going to come out in the news saying that, just to kind of save face, they're going to say, unfortunately, we made a mistake on that, and we're going to accept that we made a mistake on that, and we're going to own it. But that's like a small compensation, because they can't say, oh, we didn't do anything wrong. When I say we, I'm talking about the government. They can't say we didn't do any of that. We are totally all right. We are fine. No, they have to throw the public a bone, a little something to go chew on or gnaw on. Oh yeah, we made a mistake on that. So yeah, it's like, oh, okay, they accept. But it's just all smoke and mirrors, right? We're puppets, y'all. Storytellers, puppets, I'm telling you. See, we are going to be caught in a situation where there is no getting out of it. Responsibility and expectations, no, y'all. And we did it to ourselves. And the influences. See, this has got a lot to do with international territories, international waters, international relations, finances. As much as America as a nation, as a world economy, as a world leader has been manipulating economies from other countries, now it's almost like, you know what, your control is going to start diminishing. We're going to question your control, and we're going to stop patronizing you. That's that, everybody. This is, woe be me, fine, whatever. I mean, think about it for a second, y'all. Okay, forget about what me or anybody else is saying, you know, be it astrology, tarot, whatever. Even if you look at what is happening on our political stage in terms of the elections, who do we seriously have? Like, is there anybody, be it from the Democrat or be it from the Republic, who America as a whole, as a country, say, okay, fine, you know, this is somebody we have some confidence in. Whoever you look at, whichever candidate, is there anybody, be it Democrat, be it Republic, is there anybody who truly, you as an individual, I ask America this question, I ask all American citizens this question, okay? Don't be swayed by what they stand for, whether they are supporting this bill or that bill or whatever. Forget all that. Take these individuals who are in contention for the highest office, right? And just look at them. You sit and analyze. Would you as an individual American be comfortable, be confident if A, were to sit in the Oval Office, B, C, or D? Which one of these people do you think you would be okay with sitting in the Oval Office? Which one of these people do you truly have confidence in that this guy's got my back or this gal's got my back? I'm talking about whoever is going to be sitting in the Oval Office. None of them. Let's be honest with ourselves. Let's be honest with each other. None of them. One talks too much and one is a totally egotist. The other one should have retired, and the other one's assistant can't have a conversation straight with anybody. Then the other guy, he's running because of his family history and his family name. So is this the best we as a nation can come up with in terms of having a candidate who's truly worthy of sitting in the Oval Office? Like, really? Is this the best? That is what really scares me. Which brings me back to this other question, or this other, observation that I truly believe in. These people are just puppets. They are not the decision makers. The decision makers are those people who are behind the scenes. You know, call them the lobbyists, call them the 1%, or the 1% of the 1%, or the super duper elite. I'm not the Stones and the Briars and the Woods, and you know what I mean. When the moment I said the Stone, you should know what I was trying to say. If you know, you know. All those 0.0001% of the truly wealthy, they are the ones who control. They are the ones who make all these decisions and pull the strings. So it's very unfortunate. It's a very sad time, I do believe, because nobody really, they're all puppets. Nobody really warrants that kind of a respect. Mark and I used to have, I used to get very annoyed with Mark, when our current president came into office. Not because I necessarily believe, in that particular party or not. That's irrelevant. I used to say, regardless of who the individual is, okay, regardless of what political party they belong to, we should at least respect the individual for the fact that he is sitting in the highest office and he is the president of our country. At least for that, give him the respect, right? And we used to have these arguments, and we never saw eye to eye, Mark and I, about it. And I was getting annoyed. I was like, respect him for the fact that at least he's sitting in the Oval Office. Whoever is sitting in the Oval Office, whether he's the party you elected for or not, you like him, you're not, he's whatever color, race, sex, whatever, right? Regardless. And then I came to think about it and I said, we shouldn't even be having that conversation, right? We shouldn't even be, because respect is commanded, it's not demanded, right? You don't demand respect, you command respect. And do any of these people who are supposedly in contention to wear that crown, do they really command your respect? I mean, unbiased, unequivocally, for the fact that that person is truly principled, truly 100% looking out for America as a country and putting Americans first. Think about that. Think about that. It's very unfortunate, y'all. If we as a country, it is a Dingleberry show. You got it. You took the words out of my mouth, Araceli. It is very, very, very unfortunate. It is. Hey, Courtney. She goes driving home, but glad I made. Hey, drive safe. Okay, focus on driving. Okay, you can always watch a rerun. Sweeping changes to the country that are going to last for a long time, but these sweeping changes that are going to last for a long time is actually going to, believe it or not, bring some semblance of balance to the country in terms of the economic, in terms of balancing the equation. Okay, so this is not something to be dicking around with, y'all. I mean, it's I don't know what to say. I mean, Rachel is like, I'm being really quiet. You're right. Monica Lynn says, a regular commoner can't run for any office unless they have the financial means. I'd run for a legislative position, but I literally can't afford. It's very true. And see, and another thing, and I think I said it in a couple of videos or whatever. You cannot get to that level of office by being a pure soul, if you know what I mean. So, you know, there is a level of corruption, there is a percentage of corruption, an element of corruption in every one of those people. If this guy or that girl or that guy stand in front of me and swear and say, I never did, no, I won't buy it. You can't have reached the position that you are in today if you were not bought at some point in time and sold at some point in time. Faye McGarry, yeah, I'm hard pressed to buy that. Okay, Faye, I am not so sure. Okay, let's focus on the country. Let's not worry about that. Yeah, so Bianca Bayer. Oh my word. Here we go, y'all. Yeah, I just noticed that, Susie Q. Oh my word. Yeah, that's like a little much. Okay, let's get on. Oh my word! Don't worry, it's been she's been told to hush up for a little bit, so. There's always got to be that one person who's going to have to pop up and just try to create a ruckus, right? Oh my God. No, she didn't go. I just like kept her quiet for a little bit. So we have Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Then we have the Strength card, Pentacles, Strength card, and then we have the Five of Pentacles. So now we do know that the Knight of Pentacles does talk about reliable, having the patience, putting in the hard work, taking your time, being diligent, being focused, being mature. Yeah, she is Suzy Q. That's what I did. And being mature, being able to handle things, not making rash decisions, etc. That opportunity is gone. Now it's just a question of, with the Strength card popping up here, which is again, the Strength card talks about Leo. It's all about, having the courage to lead, having the courage to lead with the balance of emotions and the heart and the head, right? Having the courage to say, you know what, this is a time where we really have to take the balanced approach and go for it. Don't focus too much on the emotional aspect, don't focus too much on the physical aspect, but that is the only way to go. I'm not talking about strong arming, America strong arming its way, of bulldozing its way through certain situations, international situations, but using intellect, using force, a perfect balance of intellect, force, abilities, finances, whatever you call it, economic control, whatever you call it, to be able to manage this situation that will maybe slightly diminish the Five of Pentacles situation. And the Five of Pentacles situation does talk about economic loss. It's like the poverty stricken, whatever. So with this sort of a approach, we may see a little bit of a respite in terms of where our economy is heading. But this is also saying that we are putting ourselves at risk in terms of exposing our underbelly to certain factions who may not appear to have the financial strength to take on an economy like America, but actually they will. So it's not going to be one single economy that's going to take on America as an economy. You understand? There's going to be a group that's going to get together to do this. So it's like, okay, there's this big conglomerate that we can buy for pennies on the dollar, but hey man, I don't have the funds to do it all on my own, so how about we go into a partnership to do it? And yes, that is going to happen. There is a high possibility of that. Now, be that in terms of, where our debt is, be that in terms of, are we going to be able to borrow more money from, the World Bank or whatever, however all that works out. Or bailing out certain institutions even. So then you have the Ten of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. And you have the Page of Cups in the upright. And the Judgment card in the upright. Okay, so let's take a look at this. 6, 7, 8. I'm going to take one more card. And then we have the King of Swords in the reverse. So when we talk about the Cups energy, Ten of Cups, it does talk about very, very strong emotional time. I think the next few months until the elections and such is going to be a very, very there are a lot of emotions, lot of heightened emotions, lot of riling up people's emotions within the country that's going to come to the forefront. An overwhelming amount of people just like, it's been building. So this is kind of sort of going to come to a head. And then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So it's almost kind of going to reach that point of tipping, and then it's all going to be okay. It's like, how shall I say it, y'all? So it's got lipstick mark anyway. So this glass is full, right? It's filling, and it starts to overflow. And all of a sudden somebody says, okay, enough. And they immediately turn the thing upside down. Do you get what I mean? The whole glass full of water upside down. To stop it from, like, capping it, or closing it, containing it. So, and then you have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, the Queen of Swords also does talk about, like, having the wherewithal in terms of speaking your mind, speaking with clarity, and not being phased, and not being afraid, and the fear of being subdued. No, not allowing some sort of fear to subdue or suppress your ability to speak the truth. And then you have the Page of Cups, the Judgment, and the King of Swords in reverse. This energy is a little odd because there is going to be things that are going to go up to the Supreme Court, I do believe. Okay, all this chaos is for whatever. I'm focusing more, although I don't see too many pentacles around here, I do believe this has got something to do with our economics of this country, and also going to come to such a head that it's all kind of going to reach the absolute upper level of our judicial system. Now, this Page of Cups, I want to know who this Page of Cups is. Let me see. This Page of Cups, this very young energy, okay, very young energy, who's going to carry the emotions of people with him or her, is the one who is going to be Judgment card, and Judgment is Pluto, who is going to be the one who's going to be implementing, put in place to make radical changes for our country. And the King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a coalition government, y'all. Really, I wouldn't be surprised. Generosity. Yeah, this is definitely going to be some sort of a coalition type of a situation. Attention to detail and pride. Y'all, I don't know. I'd be hard pressed to believe that one particular party candidate from one particular party is going to win the elections. And how I see this playing out is the world stage, certain elements from across the borders, wherever, it's almost like a sigh of relief as to who's in office, right? It's like the underdog, but then there's a sigh of, the international political stage is going to change a little bit, and their views about our country is going to change a little bit. Relations are going to change a little bit once this particular person comes into office. And I think he or she is the younger one, the more younger, more youthful, more newer energy. And then from there on, the partnership, the alliance is formed is going to be a little bit different on the international platform. Am I making any sense? Oh wow, Crystal, thank you so much, Crystal, for your generosity. Oh my God. You know what, I always say this, y'all, I'm just happy to see y'all here, but this is like the icing on the cake. So I really do appreciate you. Thank you so very much for your kindness. Thank you so much. Yeah, she sent it to Azkaban. You folks are so funny. Okay, so that's what I'm going to say all right over there. Any of y'all have any questions? No personal questions, y'all. I'm not asking personal questions. Any of y'all have any questions with regards to, you know, what the subject we discussed? And one other thing I want to say, y'all, you know how we went through that phase where the 2019, excuse me. Yes, everybody give me a thumbs up, hit the like button, subscribe, leave your comments, spread the word around, help me get more views. Thank you for your support. Um, remember the 2019 pandemic that we all experienced and how it impacted not just our country but the world, right? Be very careful when you're out and about, because there's another thing that has been cooking, if you will. People are not really talking about it, but it is out there. I have heard about it. I have heard about a few cases. It's not the same type of pandemic, but it's something else that is coming back from the past. So this is a kind of a, I'm sure these people are going to shoot it down, the YouTube people, but it's a different kind of a pandemic. But this is something that had happened in the past, decades ago, and it's kind of recycling and coming back. But this time when it comes back, it's going to be a little bit more drastic and spread a little bit faster. So, personal hygiene, cleanliness, who comes home, who eats, whatever. Rachel, actually that's a very good question, but I'm actually thinking of doing a particular reading for him. So I'll do that in a couple of days, just for him. Be careful. And another thing, y'all, maybe I'm just getting old and picky or whatever, when the wait staff, they bring and I'm not blaming wait staff or anything like that, it's just, the luck of the draw. When you order food and food comes out, sometimes the food is sitting there and people are talking and everything, and then imagine all the stuff flying out from their mouths and landing on your food. That kind of pisses me off. I'm not saying people are purposefully talking in such a manner that saliva is flying out, but you're right, it is an election year. It is, as is any election year, is contentious and stressful. But with this eclipse, I do believe they're going to be, the changes that America is going to see in the very near future is going to last us a long time. The repercussions of these changes, the repercussions of this rattling is going to affect us for a while now. I think Vivek is I have a lot of hopes for him. I truly hope, I would take him any day over Nikki Haley. I like his attitude. I like his energy. He's smart. And Tulsi Gabbard, she's also incredible. I really had a lot of hope for her too. But I think the goings on behind the scenes, as far as the parties are concerned, sometimes they make decisions. It's like, hey, it's not your time yet. You're too young. Wait for a little bit. I assume. Oh God, sorry y'all. Allergies. I will do a reading for Vivek though. And I was saying something else and I completely forgot. I got sidetracked. I'm sorry y'all. Oh golly, so annoying. There's a high chance, Carolyn. High chance that is going to happen, and there's a very high chance. And also I have a lot of hopes for RFK, but who is he associating with? Who is he going to tie up with? That's what is important. But anyway, dang it, I was going to say something and I forgot. Squirrel. Anyway, any questions? Dang, I was going to say something and I lost it. Oh, well, what are you going to do? Oh, the new virus, yeah. And I was also saying, another thing like, when babies are born, little babies, or you have a whole bunch of visitors, and then people are like, oh, your baby's so cute, kiss the baby on the cheek and all that, you never know who's got herpes. You never know who's got any contagious disease. And I remember when my kids were like, my mom was like, some of the aunties were like, oh my God, she's so thinking about her child. She doesn't want us to kiss her child. And I would be like, yeah, no, please don't be kissing my children. I wouldn't let anybody even carry my kids, like for the heck of it. Not for the heck of it, like, oh, let me hold your baby type of thing. I wouldn't let them do it. I just wouldn't. So, and then you talk about, you're sitting with a group of friends, and then you're all eating food, and then you just say, hey, can I take a bite from your plate? No, buddy, don't be doing that. With your significant other and your kids and all, that's one thing, but like you go out, I see that happen so often. Friends go out and this one is digging into that plate and that one is there. I'm like, yo, back up over there for a little bit, take it, have it all, I'll get something else. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Am I being a little bit persnickety over there? Maybe. Am I being a little bit, just honorary or whatever? I don't know. I just... So be careful about all those things. We don't realize, and even sharing water and all that stuff, you don't know. You just don't know. So be careful about all those things, particularly now for the next 8 months. Be a little bit careful. So we have Rachel saying, will we have an election like we know? It's going to be a little bit topsy-turvy over there. There's I hate when people, it pisses me off. Don't let them do that. And just don't let them, they let them say that you are a very particular mom or fussy or this or whatever. Just because the child is going to suffer for the rest of his life or her life. That's so true too. Another thing is, it's very, very unfortunate. Another thing about the masks, right? People don't realize you can't wear a cloth mask, all those fancy cloth masks with all the jewel things, and how that became a fad, and some designers were also coming out with that, and people were buying that mask and they were wearing it. It's a piece of cloth. It's a piece of cloth like this. It's a piece of cloth. You put that cloth on, there's nothing to stop. You get what I mean? It's a piece of cloth. It's going to absorb the moisture. So what protection are you really getting from that? Like, what protection are you really getting from that? And even those surgical masks, the blue on one side and white on one side, they say every 4 to 6 hours you have to change it. And people hang on to the same thing forever. And a lot of people were getting mask or whatever. It's like, how much? And then you get the mask breath. Oh my God. Y'all, whatever. Oh, my battery went dead. Everybody hang on. I just lost power. My battery just died. BRB. Hang on, y'all. Okay, hang on, everybody. Oh, boo-boo, boo-boo. What are we going to do, boo-boo? Bunny boo-boo? What are we going to do, baby? We're all happy. Huh? Okay, let's do that. Oh, hello. Sorry, Bunny. I'm sorry, baby. Sorry. Oh, sweet Bunny boy. I keep doing that. I've dropped that thing a couple of times already. That is not a good thing to drop that, isn't it? Okay, let's do it. I think we're back on. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. I'm sorry, everybody. My camera, the battery just died. I had to replace it. I do apologize. It's a good thing I have a backup. And I keep dropping that backup so many times, so I hope I don't mess it up. Okay. Any other questions you all have? Okay, thank you. Okay, any questions you all have for me? Anybody, everybody, somebody? If not, then we will continue and look at certain other aspects of exactly. And another thing that blows my mind now, I personally don't know that said individual. Susie, I hear what you're saying. I don't know his financial statement. I don't know what he's filing in taxes, and who knows, right? None of that. We don't know that. But I will say this though. as much as he claims to be a millionaire, trillionaire, whatever, billionaire type of thing, if he has to sit and argue and say he cannot pay 450 as bond or whatever, and then they go and negotiate and the legal system say, oh, okay, we'll drop it down to 175, and even that he needs 10 years. If he's really that stinking rich, won't he be able to kind of mobilize that kind of funds? It shouldn't be a problem, right? So I'm sitting here thinking, oh, really? All right, if you say so, boo. So in other words, you are either lying about how wealthy you are, or you're lying because you're a liar. Like, I don't know, I doesn't make sense to me at all. Like, how the hell, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. That's what I don't get. So let me talk about, for a brief second, the relationship between US and Israel at the moment. Right? Let's talk about the relationship between US and Israel at the moment. Like, what the hell is truly going on over there? Fire. I'll take these two, Leo and Libra. It's a tussle of power. It's not going to be a very cake. What's that? Walk in the park or let's sit and have some cake type of a situation. Very fiery, feisty energy. It's control. It's energy. Israel is very strong. Israel is not going to just sit and say, okay, give it to me, I'll take it. No, we're pushing back, absolutely. And then we end up with Libra over here, right? And the Libra card. Balance. 30, 35, that's 8. See, this situation, this international relationships, political relationships between the US and Israel, the only way that it is going to be resolved is if one or the other says, I'm going to completely cut ties off with you. But the problem is they are not going to be able to do that because of how intertwined or how far along the way they are in terms of financial support and financial aid and legal aid, and not just what is known to mainstream, but behind the doors what kind of legal support, financial support, military support America has extended to Israel. So there's a lot of chesting, there's a lot of beating the chest, there's a lot of hoo-hoo, ha-ha going on over there. But when you think about the 8th house, let me see, Cancer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th house. US is always going to support Israel, always. Whether other countries, other factions like it or not, US is always going to support Israel. We are not going to be able to cut ties with Israel. The situation is going to worsen in terms of what's going on in the Gaza Strip. Unfortunately, United States is, fortunately or unfortunately, I do believe that we are going to be a little bit more supportive of whoever is standing on the hill. In this case, I do believe is Israel. And the Hermit card does tell me that it is, as much as we may want to withdraw and we may simulate a withdrawal and say we are washing our hands off of you, you guys have to figure it out on yourself. It's a very analytical move, but the hidden support is going to be there because the Star card shows up. And then you have the Two of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Justice card. So the Two of Swords says Israel is going to be pushed to compromise and make a decision. And Three of Swords says it's not going to be, whatever decision they make is not going to be good. It is going to cause strife between. We start with the Three of Cups and we have a Three of Swords. So three entities are going to be drawn into this conflict. I wouldn't be surprised if we are forced into a conflict because of this alliance, this situation, this country, the energies that are involved. I'm not saying it's the fault of Israel. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying who's the one who's going to pull that final trigger. So don't misconstrue. Don't take words out of my mouth and twist it and make some bullcrap out of it. Again, this is entertainment only. These are my observations, my opinions. These are allegedlies. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusions. This is what I think. Okay, this is just my observation. And then you have the Justice card, which is again a Libra card, which talks about pushing the boundaries in terms of what is the right justice, what is the correct justice, what is the correct correct conflict resolution. See, it says she carries a sword and scales, but she doesn't want to kill you, just give you what you deserve. Oh, this is a deck that is like, yeah. Now I bet you a lot of people are going to be like, what deck is that? Well, let's just leave it alone. It's a really crazy situation where, okay, let me rephrase it. I don't think America can ever truly, really 100% leave the Middle East alone. I don't think so. America got into that conflict, started that conflict, aggravated that conflict, insinuated itself into that conflict for a very, very specific reason. Oil. Go and do your research, go and read up on what the political situation was within the country, what the political situation was outside the country, and where the universe was, where the world was in terms of before the OPEC even started. What was the political field, the air, the energy, as such in Iran, Iraq, in the Middle East, in any of those countries. Go and read up those books. Go and read up on that. So, Lady Justice, yes. So we started this way back more decades ago. Okay, I'm not going to mention the name of the president who I think is responsible for all the drama that happened, United States president. We did it for very selfish reasons. We did it for political reasons within the country, and we did it for selfish reasons. It's all about fossil fuel. I'm just throwing it out there in my humble opinion. And we create all that drama. We purposefully build up a particular faction of political power in other countries because we have a behind the scenes arrangement with them. When I say we, I mean America. We have the behind the scenes arrangement with them. Hey, we'll support you as much as you can. We're going to put you in a position of power in the hopes that they'll be able to manage that guy and control that guy and use him as a puppet, and then it all backfires, and then here we are sending people, our troops overseas, to just die. Do you get where I'm going with this? This is just ridiculous. But it's not going to stop. We are not going to be able to completely eliminate, get out of that situation. And keep in mind, y'all, no offense meant. There's nothing wrong in being tribes, in being a tribal people. There's nothing wrong with that. But the Middle East, they're all tribal people, right? And the way they think about things, I'm not talking about religiously, but the way they think things, the way they do things, the way they function, what they think is right to do is very, very vastly different than us. So, but at the end of the day, if push comes to shove, I do believe the now we're getting into religion. I do believe the Muslim nations have the capacity, will definitely come together if the push comes to shove. Just throwing it out there. Chasing Stardust. Thank you. Angela Carl says, always about, of course it is, economics. Follow the money, follow the fuel, follow the oil. Thank you, Lady Sapphire. Absolutely, it's not going to go. And don't for a moment think that we are out of Afghanistan. No. So, I should start one of those things where I can actually put up little pictures, and I'm not that tech savvy, although somebody did tell me to go look at this software where you can do a live broadcast among different social media platforms. Y'all, I started looking into it and I was like, oh my God, my eyes were rolling in my head, and I was like, okay, leave it for a little bit. So one of these days, hopefully I'll be able to figure it out. Then we can stream across all the different channels, all the different social media platforms at the same time. And I really wish I could put those little pictures on these live broadcasts. I don't know how to do all that. I have to really set aside some time to focus on doing that, so I can show these little newspaper clippings and these photographs and stuff. I don't know how to go about doing it. If you go back and if you read, if you follow up, let's talk about, StreamYard. Thank you. That's the one. If you look at where the guy who was responsible for 9/11, where his house was built, his compound was built in Pakistan. Some split screen and this, that, and I have to look into it, y'all. That StreamYard, I started it and then I got sidetracked doing something. Then I came back and I was like, dizzy, and I was like, leave it. I'd figure it out some other time. His compound, that guy, who Obama gave the go ahead and they offed him. His compound was literally within walking distance to, in Pakistan, to a Pakistan government agency's office. Like, I think it was the Air Force Training Command Center or the Military Training Command Center. Literally walking distance, like literally. You can walk from there to here. Okay, this guy who was offed. Let's call his name. What's his face's name? Oh my God, his name. You would need 2 computer screens to queue up me. Oh yeah, girl. No, it is 2 computer screens. I have just my laptop I work off of. Thank you, Sherlyn. What is the name of that guy who was offed? That Al Qaeda guy. I do love this color though. Oh God. So don't tell me the Pakistani government had no idea. The Pakistani government claims that they had no idea that that guy, that Bin Laden guy, that he was in Pakistan. They had no idea, quote unquote. I'm like, dude, what are you smoking, man? I mean, his compound, I'm not talking about just some little rickety old tent. There's a proper compound, a concrete structure, a house built. Okay, it's not like some little throw together some little tent over there. It's like a compound wall, a proper structure, a house, etc. And they did all of it. They built it. First and foremost, you had no clue you were selling the land to him. You have no clue that somebody was building the house. You have no clue that fellow lived in that place for 7 years or 8 years or however many years. And he's literally, he can stand in his compound and see the Pakistan military training headquarters or Air Force training headquarters or something like that. Like you can see, like it's like I'm living here in a cul-de-sac and I can walk to that house and here I can see it through my window. Like, how do you claim that, right? So, CIA, that's a nice way of putting it. So it's like, if really push comes to shove, I do believe the Muslim countries will support each other. And I will not be surprised if they actually kind of pull in their resources. and support each other to such an extent that it could affect the non-Muslim countries and the economies of non-Muslim countries. So I'm just saying. All right. Yeah, I didn't see that movie or read that book. I suppose it's a book, right? I didn't see it or whatever, but I'm sure a lot of it is not made public. I'm sure there's a lot more that went down that is being top secret. And the one thing that I was really pissed off, that really got to me, was they said that it was in the news that they conducted the last rites for him according to his religious beliefs, and then they buried him in a body of water that nobody knows where it is. Why? Why didn't they do that to Muammar Gaddafi? Why didn't they do that to Saddam Hussein? Why didn't they do it to any number of those other people? Why this guy was so special? I don't know. Anyway, I'm just blabbering, y'all. So, okay. Any questions regarding this case, y'all? Because I'm going to shut it down. I feel my energy cooling down. In other words, I'm feeling sleepy. No, not sleepy. My eyes are getting tired. It sure has been fun. So let's, y'all, I'm telling you, yeah, there, that's better. We don't want to be displaying everything, but okay. So 9 times Farmer, that's a cool name. Carolyn Dorsey, Susie Q, Sherilyn Schaffner, Cynthia Hamilton, Lady Sapphire, Rachel Carter, then Chasing Stardust, Angela Carter, Araceli, then Jen C, Carla Bergeron. How many people? Oh, we have only 44 people, but that's okay. Lucinda, Monica, Auntie, Bianca Bayer. That's a new name. Did I say Monica? Yes. Y'all, if I miss any names, Crystal Pink, thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you. Delwyn. Whose name? Kathleen Cheney. Y'all, if I miss any names, don't take it personally. I just missed it, okay? Araceli, I think I said that. Debbie Johnson. R but truth is in the rabbit hole. That makes me laugh. So I just want to say thank you to every one of you for being here, for joining me, and giving me this opportunity to do this and to ramble on, I suppose. I will do another video just focusing on Vivek. What's his last name? Ramswamy, right? I'll do it one of these days. But with regards to the eclipse, let's not worry about this. Let me put it this way. Let's worry about what we can control, not about what we cannot control, right? And just be cautious, be aware of your surroundings. Those of you who are traveling, be careful. Driving around town, be a little careful. Don't get distracted. That sort of a stuff. And just take care and have a positive attitude. That's the only thing that you can actually control, right? Your mindset, your attitude. So thank you so very much, everybody. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below. If there's any other reading you want me to do, let me know. And I was going to share this with you. I found this little booklet of all these readings I've done, of all these cases. Y'all can't see it. And I was like, oh my God. There are more. I just need to add to it, and there are a lot of readings I did which I didn't put in that little note. I have to make a note of it. So thank you so very much, and I will say that expect another reading for the Idaho 4. Not just now. I'm going to wait until the eclipse is all over, and I'll do a reading, because I feel that there is going to be some really good information that's going to be coming out. Not just now, maybe in about a week's time. So thank you again, and help spread the news around this channel. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Take care and have a good weekend. Bye for now. All right, I'm just going to say 10-4, everybody. Is that right? Blessed be. Okay. So let's log out. I'll end the stream, y'all.